Before you pack for your next trip, maybe spend 10 minutes making a list of stuff you need. I'm sure it'll save you a lot of stress in the long run. Hi, my name is Tyler. I am a part-time freelance software developer, game developer, and content creator. And here we explore ways of being productive that are impactful yet simple, one step at a time. Now, for a little context, I'm not that great at packing for trips. Notoriously bad. And while not perfect, I do find that lists are very, very important, especially when I need this thing or I need this amount of clothes and I'm like, ugh. Also, the number of stuff that I've forgotten is crazy. So as a reason, I've sort of made a list of stuff that at least should cover most things. I mean, I'll still probably forget one thing, but it should at least cover most of it. So the first thing would be, how many days am I staying? This has to do with clothing and essentially what you're wearing, right? One way of going about this can be, okay, I am going to be away for 7 days, then I'll pack for 7 days. That means 7 underwear, 7 socks, 7 pants, 7 shirts. Now, it can be a little overkill, especially if you are going for 2+ weeks and you can't fit that much clothes in a carry-on and a rolling bag and whatnot. I know for a lot of trips that I have only packed a week's worth of clothes because I know I'll do laundry, because packing that much clothes would not leave a lot of space for a lot much else. But if it's like a week or less, I think you can probably safely assume that you have enough room in your bags, unless you're carrying a giant suitcase, but I don't think most people do that anyway. Which also leads on to, how are you washing your stuff? In dire situations or in specific situations, it's just been detergent and sink. Other times there can be laundry services nearby, or maybe there's a laundry machine at your place you're staying. That's usually like an Airbnb or whatnot, never usually a hotel, because I don't think hotels have laundry. Maybe things have changed, I have no idea. But knowing what you have and what you don't have as an option for your trip should probably narrow that down. Now, the second thing will be, what are the most important things I need? Especially if a lot of your work, especially nowadays, is remote. Maybe you need your laptop for work, because let's say you do need to do a little bit of work. It would be nice not to, but if in the case you have to do work, you have to kind of bring that and remember to bring that, otherwise it can't really work. Maybe you have some holiday days that, okay, maybe I can make up for that, but you kind of want to save those, right? That includes things like a webcam, maybe a microphone. Not necessary, but especially headphones is important, especially when you need to concentrate and there's a lot going on outside, or there's people that you're traveling with. It's good to have those, that way you can focus. And that includes any necessary tools or documents that you need for said job. You know, I know the laptops are just as important, but also keep in mind of the stuff you actually need for your job. And any travel stuff would be also added into this, like passport. It would be kind of bad if you forget your passport. Going to an airport and then like, oh, I don't have my passport, guess I can't travel. I mean, thankfully, you don't really need that for domestic flights in the US, but if you're going out of the US, ooh-wee, you better figure out what to do. I mean, besides the passport, I know there's other methods of proving. I forget what? I'm sure most of you probably know what it is. You can probably Google it. And of course, making sure that if you have a physical ticket, make sure you print it out, because printing it out last minute at the airport is kind of not fun. Or if you have the app, make sure the app is downloaded, make sure that you can open it, make sure that you have it open when you have it at the airport. And then finally, the personal stuff. What are you gonna bring that isn't necessarily important, but you kind of want to take with you? That doesn't include your phone, because you kind of need your phone for a lot of stuff already as it is. But maybe remember to bring the phone. Things like headphones for entertainment, as if you're not, working on your trip, hopefully. Especially entertainment devices. I know my family, my brother would bring a Switch. Sometimes I would. iPad would also be convenient, especially maybe a Kindle reader or something just to read. Or if you like really need that camera to take lots of really nice pictures while you're on the trip. That too. Or that gift that you want to give someone on the trip, that special someone, maybe don't forget that. And finally, the third thing would be, what do I need at night? This can sort of extend from the clothing stuff, because some people will sleep in the clothes that they will wear, because it is kind of convenient to just wake up and be like, oh, I'm dressed. I don't have to think about it. But if you want to bring sleepwear, remember to bring sleepwear, especially so that ends up adding another set of clothing on top of the cycle of the week, or however much clothes you bring 2 weeks of clothes if you want. And then obviously toothbrush, because I'm assuming a lot of people do brush your teeth twice a day. Haha. Perhaps face wash or lotion. Oh, I did also forget to mention for travel stuff, it's sunscreen, especially if you're going to Hawaii, or Bahamas or Florida. Kind of need sunscreen. I guess trunks. But we're getting out of sort of the important stuff here. For some people, if they like using sleep masks because they would rather not be able to see light in the morning and be able to sleep properly and not be woken up, there's also that. We can go into a whole list of stuff when it comes to sleep, but I'm sure you know what you prefer. But yeah, I think that covers the most of what you would need for a trip. And you can remember this has how many days am I staying, what are the most important things I need, and what do I need at night. Now I'm sure there's also sort of edge cases, but this should give a general gist of how to make your list. So in my case, it would be let's say I'm going for a trip for 2 weeks and I need, let's see, 7 things of clothes. So it'd be shirts, let's see, pants, underwear, socks. We include the sleepwear for the pair of that clothing. Maybe there are a couple of days where I will do hiking or walking, so I'll probably end up bringing some tech shirts, maybe some pants that are more suitable for hiking, so I factor that into the 7. I guess I'll need to do laundry. Let's see, if it was a place I was just doing for foresty stuff, I mean, I could theoretically bring detergent, but I know there's always that risk of it seeming like drugs when you go to the airport. So maybe I'll just look up a place to do my laundry just that one time. So I'll probably just buy detergent when I'm there, so that would solve that issue. Work stuff, I tend to like bring my laptop anyway, just to do stuff, just to do content creation, just to do any hobby stuff, anything I want to get done. I take that always. Headphones always, especially with my earbuds and whatnot. I have them actually right here. Travel stuff, I have my real ID, so that's not too much. And I know that would not be an international trip if I was only packing for that much. Let's see, personal stuff, definitely my phone, definitely, well, the laptop already gets covered by that. Maybe something to draw with, I bring my Kindle for sure. Maybe a gaming controller so I can play games on my laptop if I want to. That I think that covers most of the personal stuff that I would need. I mean, like most of my hobbies and stuff, or from phone or from computer or whatever. And then sleep at night. Face wash definitely, because my acne is terrible. I would pair on to having lotion. The face wash after face wash. I know there's some meds that I would take with me. That also would be a thing as an edge case for this whole thing. I don't really need sleep masks. I already covered the pajamas. And even if I needed anything white noisy or whatever, I could just use my phone. That's easy. Oh, I guess if we're talking about nighttime stuff as well, I could bring flip-flops with me. And I guess that adds on to, okay, I need to bring sneakers. Maybe I need hiking shoes, because that would be also important for hiking and going for lots of strong walk and whatnot. Why did I say strong walk? I mean, intensive walk. But yeah, I think that covers what I usually bring on a trip. Yeah, that's how I would do it in action, how I would actually use the system. It's pretty simple, and it kind of makes you think about what you need, and sometimes you end up thinking about, oh, maybe I do need that. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. Maybe check out this video right here. It's related to my languages, because it's also stuff that I learned, and kind of related to this, where it's like, oh, I got it wrong all the time, where I keep forgetting stuff. These are also mistakes that I made, the language that I learned. Yeah, check it out if you're interested. Anyway, I'll see you later.